Hello, everybody. Today we're in Luke chapter 5. I'm going to roll out the window because there's a distracting noise. I'm just waiting for somebody to come over here and check me in. So I thought I'd do a quick reading. Because again, I'm in the area I was in yesterday. The first disciples. As the crowd was pressing in on Jesus to hear God's word, he was standing by Lake Gennesaret or Gennesaret. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. He saw two boats at the edge of the lake. The fishermen had left them and were washing their nets. He got into one of the boats, which belonged to Simon. They asked him to put out a little from the land. Then he sat down and was teaching the crowds from the boat. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down your nets for a catch." "Master," Simon replied, "we've worked all night long and caught nothing, but if you say so, I'll let down the nets." When they did this, they caught a great number of fish, and their nets began to tear. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. They came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, because I'm a sinful man, Lord." For he and all those with him were amazed at the catch of the fish they had taken, and so were James and John, Zebedee's son, who were Simon's partners. "Don't be afraid," Jesus told Simon. "From now on, you will be catching people." Then they brought the boats to land, left everything, and followed him. And like in that instance, because he didn't use the Lord, he didn't use that phrase like just to communicate that somebody has authority over you. They also use that phrase to communicate God and his lordship over all of us. And like, so in that moment, that's when Simon was like, "This is God right here in the flesh, my Lord." And then out of an act of simple faith, he cast the net, and just like Jesus said, a bunch of fish came in to the net. And so basically, don't cast your nets because people like who might lead you astray tell you to. Cast your nets because God is the one that's telling you to do it. And there's this false teaching out there. We all know it. It's called the either prosperity gospel or goes along with the line of the secret. And right now, the phraseology is just not coming to me, but it's false teaching that like we create wealth by thinking it into existence and manifesting stuff, and it's like, no, we're not God. Only God. And if he decides that he wants to bless you in a certain way, he'll do it. And no matter how much money you tithe to the church, that's not gonna like ensure that a bunch more money comes to you, because that is a complete false teaching. But like in this instance, it's more about like catching people. When Jesus said that that's what he's going to do from now on, it's more in the lines of you are going to lead a great many people to the Lord. And whether that's just sharing the gospel or actually being there when people, because of you sharing the gospel, decide to make the step and say, "You know what? I'm going to put my faith in someone that's bigger than me." Like, that's what it's about. And then, so then we go on to verse 12, and it's talking about a man cleansed of leprosy. So, while he was in one of the towns, a man was there who had leprosy all over him. He saw Jesus and fell face down and begged him, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Reaching out his hand, Jesus touched him, saying, "I am willing. Be made clean." And immediately the leprosy left him. Then he ordered him to tell no one, but go and show yourself to the priest and offer what Moses commanded for your cleansing as a testimony to them. But the news about him spread even more, and large crowds would come together to hear him and to be healed of their sickness. Yet he often withdrew to deserted places. I think in some ways, like, because wasn't, I don't, like, some people teach that it wasn't God's time or Jesus' time yet to, like, be put on that pedestal. But at the same time, I think he told certain people certain things, knowing he's like, this person is so excited, there's no way they're going to keep this a lid on this when I tell them to. So, like, I'm going to tell them to not tell anybody but the priest, but knowing that he's going to tell as many people as he can. And, like, and I think Jesus anticipated that. And that's why, like, he was so patient with people that would, like, surround him and, like, and offer that. And then the fact that Jesus said, "I am willing to heal you." That is a big thing, because that's just one person. And imagine anything you're going through. If you have the faith to reach out to Jesus, he is faithful and reaches back out to you. And then even so much that, like, a lot of people don't realize, I think Jesus is reaching out to every one of us, even if we're not reaching out to him, because he's hoping that we turn to him, because like, he's the only thing that matters, really. Anyways, that's my little Bible study for today. And so I hope whoever needs to hear it hears it, and whoever needs to see this video to hear it sees this video and hears the message. Anyways, have a good day.